Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast series. So if you remember last time, we were by Grand Coulee Dam. And obviously that's where we are going to be starting from. But as with any kind of delivery point that is kind of a dead end on the map, there's only so many things coming out of this location. So as you can see, we have two choices, both of which are nearby. But just from a dollar standpoint, nearly $87 a mile, and also bonuses. We've got slightly better bonuses here. I'm going to go ahead and take this top one, the heavy bulldozer going to Seattle. You can see the route is going to be interesting. And so given that this is a articulated heavy haul, let's see what's going to happen to us. So here we are, where we just dropped off. And doesn't look like it's too far to go where we need to go. So it was BHP Billiton. Thinking it's going to be over to the right. Yeah, there it is. Just make sure nobody's coming.
Turn right.
Alright. So at the end of the road. So just get past the Centex building location. And then we will be where we need to be. I see the front of our trailer, I assume. So just even getting out of here is going to test us already.
Turn left.
But, yep, there it is. That is a heavy bulldozer. Alright, take the job.
Okay, here we go.
So again, from a total dollars standpoint, again, not an incredibly large payday, but again, keep in mind, we're not going that far. Obviously, the 87 per mile. I wonder if that's another one of the heavy bulldozers up on that pile that is similar to what we'd be delivering here. So, get around this little, I call it a Bobcat. I don't know, I think Bobcat's a certain brand, but I wonder if it's kind of like Kleenex or Xerox, like every tissue people refer to as a Kleenex, even though there's other brands than Kleenex. Could be the same thing. Every tiny piece of equipment like that may not be a Bobcat. Alright, so once again, pretty exciting little view there. So got ourselves a pretty nice load. So the question is, what's the best way? Let's reset what we have. We should be able to deliver without resting. Going to be within an hour, but again, it's a heavy haul, so all of that needs to be taken with a grain of salt. Alright, obviously we know we're going to need to go. That beep scared me, because it's the same sound when you hit something. Alright, well, we're going to let him go, because I absolutely need to swing out into that lane. Let's make sure nobody's suddenly coming there. He's far enough. Please don't turn and cut me off. Alright, he's going left.
Turn left.
Alright, nobody's coming. So we'll get ourselves again kind of out. And the swing, we'll use this grass. I don't know that I needed to use it quite that much, but that's alright. The articulation will compensate for that. There we go. Alright, well, our first bit of challenge passed. We got out of the yard without damaging the bulldozer. Small victories.
Get ready to turn right.
Alright, so same thing. Now we get to... Oh, there's a truck going up over the dam. Just go slow here in case something's coming, because again we're taking advantage of a big swing here. So I'm going to stay on this side of the road for a bit, and then we'll move over. And then once we get out of here on the other side, it'll be a bit fun. 18 feet 10 inch clearance, so that's important, because otherwise having those industries over there
Get ready to turn left.
would be difficult.
Turn left.
So just kind of focusing on what's happening, and it looks like those folks stay stopped. So I gotta make sure I'm viewing things appropriately here. Please. Alright. Wasn't as bad as I thought. I felt since I couldn't swing out as much, I was worried. But yeah, now this meandering is challenging because if I get too close, it's way, way too easy to clip the wall with these things. So, not unexpectedly, obviously we've had lots of heavy haul loads out here. It's kind of, I think, par for the course out here in the West. There's just a lot of that type of work going on. So, I am really struggling here. So, 7th gear. Not able to speed up, but at least able to keep moving. But it's below a point where I could even turn on my cruise, so I've got the pedal to the floor, the pedal to the metal, as they say, and we can go a whopping 15 up this incline with this heavy bulldozer. And again, that bulldozer itself is 89,000 pounds, so our entire weight will certainly be over that, and even without it, that exceeds, you know, the limit of what would be called a normal load, hence the heavy haul designation. Yeah, if I was part of the heavy haul division in my VTC, I'd be all set with these loads. It seems that I haul way, way more of that than I do hazmat, but just hazmat sounds way more fun, which is why I chose to work in that division, but I just struggle to find work. And again, examples like this, like, I can only take the loads that are there. I mean, I could bobtail out of here, go somewhere and hope I could find some hazmat, but looks like a Day and Ross truck. Yep. Alright, 14. But I think once we get up around this turn, I think that will be the end of the line. Well, I'm glad we stopped at the viewpoint last time, because there would have been no way to do it this way. And I think when I've done this, I may now have been here now that I talk about it. If not, I've gone into stops like that had viewpoints. And I think I tried it once with this type of a load, with the trailer. It was not pretty, and I think I nearly had to abandon the load because of what I had done, so...
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
We might have to wait at this light again. Why are they... Oh, I see, that's the green arrow. I thought I just saw green. I'm like, why have they not started moving? Because I'm like, any little bit of forward motion that I can maintain is going to help. So, yeah, the good thing is with the traffic light adjustment that I'm able to run in ATS, at least we can get through these lights. I think on the standard cycle in the base game, without any mod, we would have gotten stuck at that light again. It would have just flipped back to red before we got up to it. Okay, so it's telling me 5.5 hours in game time to deliver. So about 4:30 in the afternoon. And again, 16 minutes of real time at this point. Obviously, we've been going for several minutes. And given that it's heavy haul, if you're any familiarity with how that all works, or watched any of the episodes where I've been hauling other things, you know the likelihood of us actually being done in that time is pretty low. Alright, I think we're keeping clear of the center line. We are. I just don't want to clip anybody. The left turns are always the ones that give us the danger of floating over. So I'm hugging the right side a bit more just to compensate there. Now, do we turn or do we continue? I assume we continue because it hasn't said anything. Yep, Seattle straight ahead, so we might stay on Route 2 the entire way. Alright, well it says it's 45, so I'm not going to slow down more than I need to, because obviously then that just means we've got to spend a long time accelerating again. Alright, but at this point, so there's a Dry Falls dam, not a dame, not in Britain, and it's not a lady, it's a piece of concrete. I was going to say it's a dam, but obviously that doesn't help to say what something is when we're trying to define how that word is different. So, anyway, getting way too philosophical in my truck here, so let's end that train of thought, I guess, unless it pops back in my head, which is entirely possible. Some dry scrub. It's always interesting up here, because everyone I think who doesn't live in the area, like myself, kind of the familiarity with Washington is those areas closer to the ocean, like Seattle and Olympia, things like that are just green, verdant forests because of all the rain. You don't really think of kind of the western scrublands as something you would see in Washington state, but clearly, at least according to ATS modelers from SES, this is what we'll see in this area, and they do a fairly good job, I think, of doing some research and so forth. So you can see the road across the little culvert or valley there. Alright, we're not even going 50, so I'm just going to keep going here. I do have... oh, that's because I have myself limited. So let me fix that. I was like, it can't even get that fast, but it could. I just wasn't letting it. So let's see, but now I do need to watch out for the speed, because obviously if I get too fast, we have some danger, and this is obviously the fun and danger of this route. I mean, we kind of knew by what we saw on the map and the very non-straight segment of road that we'd be driving, including one very, very tight turn somewhere. Alright, I'm going to slow down a bit here on because I'd like to stay on my cruise, but... so I think we're okay at this point, even over 50-mile-an-hour curves, because obviously we did that, but I think pushing it to 65 is bit much. Alright, $2,000. I think that's, yes, the third load from Yaroslav in a row. Nobody else in the company has delivered anything, but that just probably means they're on long runs. I just hope I don't get someone has returned without a load, and we get negative numbers, but
Get ready to turn left.
the good news is our company's large enough now that we can deal with those type of things without worrying about going into the red for certain. I mean, obviously we're losing money in those cases, but okay. So Wenatchee and Omak. Alright, so I guess we're not on 2. Oh, I'm gonna wait for him to go by because I do need to pull out. Come on, you can do it. Thank you. Alright. So yeah, 2 does go on. We're just not going in that direction. This may be the turn already, but it seems... Wait, didn't you tell me to... I thought it... Oh, it didn't. Can I fix this is the question. Oh boy. No, I really can't, so I think at this point I'm committed. I swore it told me to turn right, but it must have told me to turn left. Alright, well, we'll see what we see here. So at this point, we've added some miles for sure, because we're now at 332 miles. Now we have 21 minutes to complete, so this will be a longer episode. But yeah, there's not, I mean, I'm not seeing anywhere that I could realistically turn around, because I'm sure there's also invisible boundaries. And if I see something nearby, but I just don't think that's going to happen in the terrain we're in. My bigger issue is, are we going to be going through like some national park or something that in theory has no trucks allowed, and we're going to have some rain as we go. But yeah, because at this point now we're going to be delivering closer to 8 p.m. So that's the other challenge, is we now will have to rest. So I really screwed up here, but that's all we can do. And we have to be there by Wednesday. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't. Oh, this is bad. I can't rest. I don't have enough room. I don't have 10 hours, because it's 6.5 hours, and I have to be there in 14.5. So I only have an 8-hour cushion at this point. I'm gonna have to drive and take the penalty, which is very unsafe, but otherwise it is gonna totally negate what I've tried to do here, which is do some good experience gains. Alright, so we know what this is going to turn into, so as I started at the top of the episode, we'll see what happens here. Well, through a bit of my own doing, well, all of my own doing, by somehow not hearing the directions appropriately, I have now put myself in a bit of a pickle. I'm going to go ahead and get myself going a little quicker if I can, although of course as I do that now, we hit a tight turn. I don't know, it's not so tight, but I guess I better be careful because it looks like it tightens up at the back end. If this was like a rally race, it would be turn 4, tightens. Whoa. was trying to cut it and smooth it out a bit, but with a car there, I would have just had an accident otherwise. So that would have not been a good thing. Alright, well the good news is I think that this is the really sharp turn that we saw on the map that I was beginning to wonder if, how it would all work. So, I think maybe it's because there's a town here. Alright, so we've got Omak.
Keep left and then turn left.
So I guess we'll discover Omak. Alright.
Turn left.
So, I'm gonna head up here. Okanagan River. Alright, is our...
Get ready to turn left.
I think we're through the rainstorm. So that was done.
Turn left.
But yeah, we're technically 2 hours from when we should rest, but again, obviously not gonna do that. We're just gonna do what we need to do. Now the problem is, I think in Euro Truck, so I'm guessing since American Truck Simulator is newer, at some point when you push it too far, you literally start to black out, and like the truck keeps moving, but you can't see nor can you steer. So, I mean, again, it's only going to be like a 3 to 4 hour difference, and again, this may change a bit, because, the hope is we make up a little bit of time and we don't have that gap, but right now, yeah, we have about a 3.5 hour gap, so that's certainly significant. And that's assuming, again, we don't run into any other challenges because of the heavy haul and so forth. So, alright, looks like we're going through some farming space here. Got the tractor sign. So, got an ADM location up here. Always nice to see that there's other places you can come and serve. More clients always available. So yeah, as I'm heading through here, since now we have even more time to chat, I'm thinking we're getting really, really close. Sorry about that, just had a little bit of a cough. I think we're getting really close to Montana coming out. There have been a lot of announcements. I think there's been 2 or 3, 2 for sure, and just like in a week on it. And the last announcement, they like combined multiple things. They had ports of entry and new cargo types all in one post, and they even kind of apologized at the beginning of the post for jamming all that stuff together. But that just seems like a lot of indicators, like they're running out of time to announce things before they're just going to say, hey, it's here. So they're trying to finish what they have to share as far as what's coming before they announce the DLC. So I'm starting to wonder if 145 may also coincide with the Montana release. But they definitely got, I think, 6 or 7 different utilities, or industries at least. So, alright, so Humphrey, alright, that's one of our newer folks down in Mexico. It's a slow enough crawl, he did not level up. Looks like, yeah, we're heading, oh goody, we're heading into the mountains, which this is kind of stuff where they've got gates. Means these roads can be closed for snow in the winter, things like that, which technically probably means there's some steepness we're going to be getting into at some point. And this is where, once again, this route may have created some significant challenges I'm assuming, given the size of my truck, I'll be able to handle it, but I may be going really, really slow. But right now we're just skirting along the edge. Looks like there's a road up there. You can see the 3 bridge legs. Not a road we're going to get up to, but some local road for someone to get somewhere has been put up there. Alright, so here we are going. Oh, somebody leveled up. I didn't even see. Was too focused on driving, so we must have had another driver deliver in that time. So yeah, at this point we are looking at basically needing, to be safe, let's say 360,000 in cash, because we have to buy a garage and then a truck. So to do any further expansion, we've got a little bit of hauling to do, and here we go. This is what I was talking about. We're still not down to the 15 we were at, but we're heading there. And now we are. Alright. Terrific. Maybe we will be up where I said we wouldn't be, but I don't think so. But I don't know how I'll know. Yeah, I'll certainly move over so people can get by me. Because I'm thinking we're going to cut through and then go around the other side of the mountains, is what's happening here. So I kind of would like to get a nice view here, but I don't know that I'm... There we go. That's not bad. So that's where we were. So we were down there, and now we're not. We're up here. So definitely lots of fun. 10 minutes till we need to rest, which we're not doing because, again, 4 hours to deliver, 12 hours till we get penalized, so not gonna happen. It does say the right lane ends. I think they're backing off for us, which is nice. So Washington Pass, so this must be the high point, and then we're going to head down. Ooh, that must be like an elk crossing sign. Very big antlers. Alright, it's telling me I can go 60, but I'm covering the brake because I'd be lying if I didn't think I was a bit worried here about what that's going to look like on curvy mountain roads. Alright, so we are going into some national forest, but there wasn't any warning about trucks or anything. So, we've got a pretty drive, a nice scenic drive, so hopefully you're enjoying that as the result of my stupidity. Alright, whoops, this one says 30. I'm not going to chance that, so it looks like it's something I can handle, but maybe not down here. Alright, let's stay wide enough so that as we go around this turn, we're not having any unpleasant results. Diablo Lake Overlook. Alright, so there's trucks you use low gear. Doesn't tell us for how long or anything, but we can see the river down there, and it's not too terribly far away. So yeah, it looks like by the time we get down here to the bridge, we'll be down at grade. Alright, getting a little uncomfortable. And looks like we gotta slow down again. So, Colonial Creek Campground. Very nice, very nice. So we knew it'd be scenic, or I felt it would be with the road I saw. Alright, well, I've just got myself capped at 50. I'm not going to 55, so we'll see if we can meander through here without slowing down. Of course, I'm sure it's going to send us some cars right here, because, you know, what challenge would it be if it didn't do that to us? Yes, I know, don't black me out here. Goodness, oh, that scared the heck out of me. Because then we would stop being able to turn, and, yeah, that would have ended up in a giant crash in the guardrail. Okay. Alright. So, under 150 miles to go.
Turn left.
Alright, so again, looks like we have the right of way. Nice tunnel. Always fun stuff. See those? Hopefully there isn't any clearance problem. It looks pretty big. There's not even a height on it, so I assume they're basically telegraphing like there's nothing that is not going to fit through here. So, good to know. Yep, we've got plenty of room. A little bit of weird computer rendering to see that, but I was kind of curious what we would see. Alright, and now we're back into the land of 17, 16 mile an hour climbs. Still 3 hours to the delivery point. Under 10 real-time minutes, supposedly. So the Gorge Creek, or Gorge Falls. And there's our first sleeping violation. One of many, I am sure. Alright, so this is just not a good road to be on when we're having that happening. So I'm really, really worried we're going to get a blackout and then end up in a concrete wall. But going slower isn't going to help because it's just going to take longer and get us more likely to hit that blackout stage. Alright. Just, yeah, if it's going to happen there, I'm going to make sure that going slow enough that it shouldn't be too terrible. Alright, I guess there's a little town here. We can only go 30. So, what have we got there? North Cascades Visitor Center. Yeah, it's probably be a very nice place, you know, to live as far as scenery and so forth. Might not be a whole lot going on, but depending on what stage of life or what you like to do, that might not matter. So 34 miles to Burlington. I'm pretty sure we're going to go through there. I think that's near Seattle somewhere. Because, yeah, that would get us below 100 miles. Zena, so it looks like there's some forestry. I may have gone from the other direction in a previous profile out here to go to the logging site there. I think it's a really long road. Alright, so it's telling me 55, so I'm assuming that means we can clip along a little bit quicker here. I'm just nervous as all get out about blacking out. But I don't know what to do. It's like I'm stuck. I can't rest. And this is probably the reality truckers do face when they're doing stuff like this. And again, an owner-operator, like I think if I was part of like a national conglomerate, I think I'd have no choice. I mean, because I think I would lose my job if I did what I'm doing. But as an owner-operator, I think these are the choices they face all the time to determine, you know, I need to get paid and feed myself and my family, and you know, I unfortunately made a wrong turn, but I gotta deliver when I promised, and there's a way to do it, just not within the bounds of the rules. so they take the fine and whatever, but and hope they don't doze off. Good news is at least it's daytime, so that should, make it less likely, but it's going to get to be nighttime soon, because, I don't know, it's telling me 2 hours, so it'll be 8 o'clock, so it's not too bad. Alright, now let's make sure that I know where I'm going. I do not want to make another wrong turn. Alright, so that's what I thought. I'm going to turn left. And then, yes, Everett, and then Seattle's right there, so I do know the area. I've driven around here enough, for sure. Stop. Thank you. That would have been the perfect time if you're going to black out, but there we go. Burlington, welcome you, I think it says on that sign. So, 89 miles. Welcomes you. That makes more English sense than welcome you. It's like bad English. It's kind of like be best. That's also bad English.
And then turn left.
Thinking not gonna make this. Wow, I am impressed. I was going way faster than I really would want to, but at this point I'm running on fumes and I need to get there, so I'm just going to continue to take stupid risks, which is kind of the danger and how bad things happen. But alright, I can't get to the point where I can turn on my cruise. Gotta get over 20 to do that. But yes, originally, when we started and I gave you the first real-time check, that was nearly half an hour ago in real time that we should have arrived, so if you're still here, thanks for sticking with me. Definitely humbled when folks watch anything that I've put together, but even more so when they're watching something that I've made longer because of an error. But at least we've got the benefit of some really nice terrain to drive through. And now we're coming back to civilization on the coast, and no more scrub, western scrub, which is what I was in the middle of talking about when I messed up my turn. So I must have been distracted by the dryness. Oh, there we go. Please stop. Stop. Ah. That was a long time. That was a long, long time. Alright. I don't think we damaged our load. Nope. The cargo's okay. Oh boy. We still got an hour and 19 minutes, so this could happen again. But thank goodness that didn't happen in the mountains. So there you go. You see the issue. But yeah, we've still got 62 miles, but I don't know that I have much of a choice other than that. Yes, I discovered a new viewpoint. That one I have seen. It's interesting, but not as fun as the Cooley Dam was that was in the last episode, so if you want to see that, check that out. I don't do a lot of viewpoints in here because it just makes things longer than they need to be, but it was hard to pass that one up, so. I know. I'm just worried it's gonna do. Oh god. Alright, wow. So it didn't even go an hour, it went like 15 minutes. Now again, that one wasn't as long. I don't know, something made me feel it was gonna happen. I had just taken my foot off the accelerator just before that, so that probably helped because it didn't lock me into accelerating. "41 minutes," it's telling me. Or 51 minutes, I'm sorry, 41 miles. Yeah, see, now this will be bad if we suddenly go through that here. And I'm guessing it's going to become more and more frequent the longer this goes, so I'm just almost trying to, like, prepare for it by, like, getting myself lined up where, hey, if I'm going, I'll be able to go without anything substantial. Now I need to get around this turn. Please, please don't doze here. Don't doze here. Don't doze here. Don't doze here. Oh boy. And then there's another yeah, see, going through Seattle here. Like, yeah, now if you're gonna doze, but although I gotta be careful because I gotta be careful. Oh boy. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh my god.
Keep left.
Oh boy. Alright. It's gonna happen one more time at least. Alright, 14,000. That we made. So, I've certainly turned this into an exciting episode, haven't I? But our destination is here, Seattle. We're in town, 16 miles away, but Seattle is nothing but curvy roads, so this is not helpful. Oh boy. Now is not when we want another one. Not that we want it at any point, but you know, my hope is, like, I'll at least be off the highway before it happens again, because now it's just 10 miles. Because if I can do that, at least, you know, I'm going 10 miles an hour or something. Alright, this is probably...
Keep right,
yeah.
and then turn right.
Alright, so I want to get to this exit.
Turn right.
Although this is a big sweeping turn. Oh boy. Oh boy. This could be bad. Ooh. Wow, 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 wow. Oh boy. That was really close. I mean, I knew it was coming. I think we're okay now. Unless we get stopped at these lights.
Go straight on, and then keep left.
We might get stopped here.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Now, hold on.
Turn left.
Yeah, okay. Because I was thinking it was the next one, but it's not. Alright. So, hopefully we can get through. Alright, we're across. Don't stop me at the
Right,
train.
and then turn right.
Okay. Alright,
Right.
there is our location. Come on. Alright, that kind of dozing's okay, where we're just
Have
sitting.
arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Alright. Oh boy. This is now what we're going to be playing with, is trying to get the angle. Oh, you know what? If I go that way, actually, I think for several points it'll be better. Because I think this will actually get me where I need. It'll let me come around a slightly different way. Oh boy. No, this is... Come on, all this way, and I'm gonna... I can't get through there. Yeah, I can't get through there. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to back up and then try to turn around, which is just going to make things way, way, way worse. Yeah, we know. This is just a disaster. I don't know what else to say. I'm not even sure that I can turn around here. And then if I can, I don't know that I'm going to be able to make a turn. Because this is how things start to jackknife. Yep. Oh boy. I'm trying to go. But as you can tell, it's not really working. Because, yeah, it's just banging me around here. I mean, I think it'll go eventually. It's just a matter of, again, am I going to be able to then turn around? All right. It's getting close. It'll get there. Yeah, this isn't helping any. Come on. Come on. I was going to say, it's like almost there. It just has to fling it a couple more times. There we go. Well, trailer damage is okay. See, this doesn't help because there's like all these stupid little barriers and whatever. So yeah, this is where I was trying to get into to begin with. The good news is I still have 7 hours to play around here if I need to. Alright. But yeah, this is like the only way to get in here. I don't think I'm even going to be able to park. I think I'm going to have to... Well, it's further out than I thought, so I might be okay. Alright, I'm looking at my mirrors. Oh, great. That's not going to help. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm going to really run out of money here, but... Alright. So at this point I should not doze again before I get in there, but... Wow. Certainly, probably one of the most exciting episodes I've had on this series. And all because of one mistake. There we go. We are here. Alright. So, no penalties, and more importantly, we got the urgent delivery bonus of money and some experience, so that all helps. So, thanks for hanging on with me. I'll try not to do something that crazy again, at least not in the near future. I'll see you next time.